What if two nations that once stood as allies became lifelong enemies? This isn't just a rivalry, it's a 70-year story of power, oil, revolution, and revenge. It began in the shadows of the Cold War, in a battle over who would control Iran's oil. In 1951, Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh nationalized the oil industry, shocking Britain and the United States. 2 years later, the Central Intelligence Agency backed a covert coup known as Operation Ajax, removing Mossadegh and restoring Mohammad Reza Pahlavi to power. During the Cold War, Iran became one of America's most important allies in the Middle East, receiving billions in military aid and serving as a barrier against Soviet influence. But inside Iran, resentment grew as opposition was suppressed and many viewed the Shah as too closely aligned with the West. In 1979, mass protests erupted, the Shah fled, and Ruhollah Khomeini returned from exile to establish the Islamic Republic, transforming Iran's political identity overnight. Anti-American sentiment intensified, and soon Iranian students stormed the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, taking 52 American diplomats hostage for 444 days. An event that shattered trust and led to the complete severing of diplomatic ties. In 1980, Iraq invaded Iran, triggering a brutal 8-year war, and the United States tilted toward Iraq, deepening hostility between Washington and Tehran. By the 1990s and 2000s, attention shifted to Iran's nuclear program, with the U.S. accusing Tehran of pursuing nuclear weapons while Iran insisted its program was peaceful, leading to escalating sanctions and mounting economic pressure. In 2015, diplomacy briefly prevailed with the signing of the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, an agreement in which Iran limited its nuclear enrichment in exchange for sanctions relief, offering a rare moment of hope. But in 2018, the United States withdrew from the deal, sanctions returned, and tensions once again intensified as Iran resumed higher levels of uranium enrichment. Then in 2020, the conflict reached a dramatic peak when a U.S. drone strike killed Iranian General Qasem Soleimani in Baghdad, prompting missile retaliation and raising global fears of open war. Today, the two nations remain locked in a tense standoff, confronting each other through sanctions, cyber operations, and regional influence rather than direct battle. A powerful reminder that in global politics, alliances can collapse, trust can evaporate, and yesterday's partners can become tomorrow's adversaries.